Hey guys, this is Thunder Rosa, your AEW Women's World Champion. This Sunday, I will be defending my championship against Serena Deeb. And guess what, guys? You guys are going to get to see one of the best matches of the night. And also, you're going to get to see why they're going to call me, and they're going to still call me, the champion. La Mera Mera, La Única. Thunder Rosa. I'll see you guys Sunday. And don't forget, you are watching the Battleground Podcast.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back into iHeartRadio's official wrestling podcast, the Battleground Podcast. This Sunday is a big event going on, AEW's Double or Nothing in Las Vegas. It is Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You could start it with the buy-in. It's live on pay-per-view. And if you're outside of the U.S., you can watch it on Fight. Let's bring in my tag team partner, Eli. There he is. What's up,
Double
buddy?
or Nothing. That's one of my favorite pay-per-views I've ever been to, minus the event that happened.
Minus what happened. But yeah, we've got a star-studded card. I mean, I'm looking at it from top to bottom.
It keeps getting better. Like, what the heck? Like, I mean, like, how does every pay-per-view get stronger than the previous pay-per-view? Like, I don't understand.
Exactly. And well, we've got a big match with the Women's Championship match coming up on Sunday.
This might steal the show.
I looked at all the reports. This will steal the show. We'll go ahead and bring in our guest. Thunder Rosa joins the show. There she is. Hi. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hi. Oh, I'm so excited.
We are so excited to have you on the show. This is kind of a long time coming for us because back when you were, beating everybody up in the NWA, me and you had some Twitter exchanges about coming on the show then, and we were going to get everything set up. And then all of a sudden it was like, Thunder Rosa is now in AEW. And I was like, well, we have to go through the proper protocols to get this going. So this has been a year in the making, and we finally have the champ on the show with us today.
So I mean, as soon as you debuted on NWA, we're like, she's got it. That's gonna be a star. Yeah. So we've been a fan for a while. So even going back to Lucha, I mean, I liked your stuff on Lucha Underground. So been a fan for a long time.
Yeah, very long time.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys for your support.
Yeah.
I've definitely, I sit down with my husband and watch your stuff, many times. So I'm glad to be here today.
Well, we're glad to have you. So let's kind of just jump right into it. Let's get a big question out of the way first. As a female, a mother, a wife, a Hispanic lady, and an athlete, what does it mean to you to be the face of the women's division in the hottest wrestling promotion in the world right now with AEW?
It's a big responsibility. I think a lot of people don't understand how when you are the flag bearer of a company that it reflects on everything you do, and I take this in a very serious way, and not only in the ring and having good matches, and performing as the best of my ability, but as also bringing it to the community. I am a big person in teaching and sharing my story, because you never know how many people you're touching and how many people you're influencing in a positive way. And I've done my due diligence to bring the title everywhere I go in Texas. Tomorrow in Vegas, I'm actually going to an elementary school to talk with Latino kids about their dreams and stuff. It is very important that we have those talks. And when you guys don't see me in the ring, you guys see me doing something outside of the ring, because it's so important. It is such a huge platform for me, and it is a huge platform for, like you said, Latina women, to bring something different to the table. And this is the first time ever in history that this happened. And I'm going to make sure that no matter what happens, that I made a positive influence in many people's lives.
For sure.
And it's one of those things too, where I think some of us forget too, where, it wasn't a short period of time ago where women's wrestling was not thought of in the way it is now. I mean, it was still your bra and panties matches and your dog food. I mean, we didn't really think of women's competitors in the way that we do now, especially like you guys winning match of the year last year. And so to use this platform, it's kind of like, I can't blame you. I mean, it hasn't been around forever. You haven't had the platform that the men have.
No, and I think there's still a lot of work to do. I mean, let's be real. That's one of the things that is my main frustration because although we have made so many strides in equality, we still have so much work to do in the mainstream and in the independent scene. Like, the spots are very limited, and not everybody gets like a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Well, so giving credit where credit is due. So under like Tony's regime, you were the first one to actually walk through the forbidden door. You came through as the NWA Women's Champion. You challenged Sheeta for the AEW Women's title, which you now hold. Looking back 2 years later, are you surprised like how impactful that was for the business? And then are you surprised with how things are with you in AEW 2 years later?
You know, it was a very scary moment for me because I didn't know what was gonna come up after like the initial presentation for the Forbidden Door. I'm very pleased that it went the unexpected way, right? I went out there and went with nothing to lose but everything to win. And as a champion at the time, for the other company, that was like something very like weird to see. You don't get to see champion versus champion.
Right.
So it was one of those matches that I endear very like close to my heart, because that's what like really cemented my opportunity to stay at AEW.
For sure. So I guess Tony says he's got this forbidden door. I guess you're the key holder then, since you're the first one to kind of open that door, unlock it, and just walk right through.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. So I kind of want to go back to that time in NWA just briefly for a second. You defeated Allison Kay for the NWA World Title, all the way to defeating Nyla Rose at Battle of the Belts 2. I mean, you've had some incredible matches over the last 3 years. Do you have any favorite matches during this time period?
And I have a couple. Definitely when I was the NWA champion, I like the fact that I was a fighting champion. Mm-hmm. And like that 1 week, I defended the title 3 times in like 3 different states. Man, right? Man. And I was in like top shape. I was watching some of your matches like 2 weeks ago. I was like, dang, like I was going 30 minutes, 25 minutes. I was taking that very serious. Like, me having a strap on my shoulder means a lot. Like, again, it's just a representation of the hard work that I put in all these years, and the trust of the company, right? Because they know I will deliver. So yes, I have a couple matches from there, and then definitely I have like many fun matches at AEW, and I'm just, like I said, I'm looking for the future, because I think I can really deliver if I'm given the time. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was just thinking about how many awesome messages you've had. I was thinking about I went back and watched the 3-way with you, Jade, and Nyla. And I was like, I still can't believe Jade got the win in that one. I was like, dang it. I don't think anyone saw that one coming, but yeah. So one of the coolest things to see with your rise to fame, not only for us, but I'm sure for you, has to be people dressing up like you and doing the makeup and stuff. This is our friend Alex. I think you talked to her not too long ago. She's from the Church of Yoshi with our friend KB, and she dressed up like you last year, I think. And so, but what does that feel like to see people dressed like you in the crowd and at conventions, especially like the kids and stuff?
It's so special. Like the ones that continue to come to a lot of the conventions, and I know their names now. They send me pictures of them. They go dress up like that to school. You know, I keep repeating myself. This is like generational, and the kids from all races are painting their face. So for me, it's very meaningful, because I'm bringing my culture to, mainstream, and people are embracing it for what it is and for what I represent, right? So that's the most important part.
Have you gotten any makeup tips from Sting backstage or anything? Or
no, not really. I mean, sometimes I see him, like, we talk, and we're like, sometimes like, we are kind of crazy, man. I love when he's like, wear me up, and I'm like, yeah, I like your wife because she knows you're kind of crazy, and I'm like, you're not scared? And he's like, no, it's like me either. He's like the sweetest man ever. He has actually become one of my favorite wrestlers in and out of the ring. I definitely, after reading that article that he wrote, I don't know if you guys got a chance to read it. It really like hit my heart. Like at the end, I came and the butt and in the bathtub. You're taking a bath, and then I'm like crying, like, oh my god. And then I texted him. I was like, that was one of the most beautiful reading things I've read in my life, and you know, I have so much more respect for you. And so every time I get a chance to talk to him, I talk to him, and it's just like, he's just such a kind soul and crazy.
Yeah. I mean, just sitting there watching him dive off, balconies at his age, and it's just like, does that make y'all think, hey, we might need to step our game up a little bit when you see him doing that? Like, because I mean, you just had a hellacious cage match, and it's like, there's no topping that. And then here comes Sting just randomly diving off onto tables up the balcony.
So it's so funny, because I asked him, I was like, you're not scared of like jumping off things? And he's like, well, there was 2 tables, they break the fall. And I'm like,
that's not the correct answer.
No, not
I was like, God really is looking after you, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure. He is definitely looking out. And of course, we're going to be looking out this Sunday, AEW Double or Nothing. It is starting at 7 p.m. Eastern with the buy-in live on pay-per-view. And anybody outside of the United States, you can watch it on Fight. But you have an incredible challenge ahead of you at Double or Nothing live this Sunday. Facing the professor, Serena Deeb, which, I mean, you know her very well from your past experiences. What do you think of Deeb as an opponent? And what can fans expect to see in this world title matchup?
What do I think about Deeb as an opponent? Which she's a perfect opponent. She has all the experience. She knows what she's doing. She's that type of person that actually takes the time as the professor to study her students and other people that she's facing. Like I said, I am just really excited, and like I said, I put it on Twitter yesterday. I've been feeling a little violent. Like I feel like I have restraints on me. Like Sunday is like all of this anger and all this pin up, frustration is gonna be let out in a very technical match, but it's gonna be very intense. Every time we both have step in the ring together, we created magic. Like from the first time we both were in the ring in AEW, like that's a statement that we both made. Unfortunately, I was I don't know, unfortunately, but I was signed somewhere else. She got signed like the week after, so I know what we're capable of, right? And in the last couple of weeks, when we have faced each other, we both have mutual respect for each other, but it comes down to a point where respect and the lack of, let's say, she feels that people disrespected her, and it's not directed to me, but I feel like she feels that this is her time, and the people haven't given her the time, right? I just don't like how she's taking things, and how she's expressing herself. Like, it really bothered me last Wednesday, and especially when she attacked Dustin Rhodes, who's somebody very close to me, because, like I said, she's feeling frustrated for all that stuff that happened to her and other companies and her own personal stuff. We both have very similar stories, but I draw the line in certain stuff, and that's what I draw the line.
Yeah.
She kind of, not exactly, but she almost kind of reminds me of Britt a little bit, in the sense that she almost feels like she's owed, or she's entitled to the title, like. And do you think she has the intensity to take the belt from you? I mean, do you think she's going to be able to match your intensity?
I think so. I think she has a humongous chip on her shoulder. I mean, when was the last time, besides NWA, that she's been a champion in a major company?
Yeah.
I mean, she's been wrestling for 17 years.
Yeah.
If I was her, I will be in the same position. Because you see me, right? And I always been seen as an outsider. And even now, people are like, well, Thunder Rosa this, Thunder Rosa that. They still see me as an outsider. There's still some people still questioning me as a champion, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, well, Thunder Rosa, she can say whatever she wants, but I've been wrestling for 17 years. I've been doing this. I ate all this crap, and I deserve respect. Just as much as she deserves respect, I deserve respect. I have worked my ass off for the last 8 years, from bottom to top. And now that I'm on top, I'm working even harder to stay on top. and to show everybody why am I the face of the why am I the face of AEW,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
And
for
they can
sure.
question it all they want. They can question it all they want, but when it comes down to me getting in the ring, they already know. I put my face paint on, and it's a wrap, baby. It's a freaking wrap,
Yep.
you know. And we're doing it in the like in the fighting capital of the world, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
No place better, man. No place better. I'm telling you, like my friend Cyborg, she's been texting me every day, sending me stuff like, "Hey, girl, I can't wait for you to see you like to win and everything." Like people like that, you know, that they know the struggle
Yeah.
I
and
mean,
sacrifices. Like that's what keeps me moving.
this
sure.
may be this may be the match of the night. I mean, we're really excited about it. So
Do you have
yeah.
enough room on your mantle to put another match of the year trophy up there, especially after this one? I mean, just hearing you fired up, and the one thing that I always get excited for is when you have these big matches like with what you're having this Sunday, what you've had with Britt, you've always come out with like some of the most, I could say this, some of the most badass paint on your face. Like it is amazing. And is there, do you kind of have already in mind what you're going to do for this Sunday? Don't tell, I don't want to know because I want to be that fan, but I
are
just
you
kind of
playing?
want, oh,
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna say my gear, you guys are gonna be like, whoa, that gear is bomb.com.
yes.
Like my gear is gonna be bomb, and we're doing something different for my face paint.
Ooh.
So I am excited about that. I don't know how much this is gonna cost me, but it doesn't matter because it's Las Vegas, baby, and we'll
It
go
has to. You
big.
got to gamble on
But I wanna,
yourself.
I wanna make a statement. It's like I said this in another podcast, but the way that you guys are gonna see me is different. This is like the most different that you see me because I come here and I don't come alone. You guys
Yeah.
know the whole Thunder Army that the hashtag Thunder Army. So I am going to when I'm walking out on the hallway, I'm walking with 750 lost souls of women that have disappeared in Mexico in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
All those women are coming with me. So you think I'm enraged? Well, I'm going to be double, triple, 750 times enraged because those women have disappeared. Nobody has known about them and their family and missing them. And when my hand is raised, that's just a victory because people are going to remember that.
That's incredible.
Man.
Well, this is bouncing off of that. Going back to our friends at Church of Yoshi, KB and Alex. They wanted to know: do you have any plans to defend the AEW Women's World Title in a Yoshi setting? And if so, who are some competitors you would love to face?
That's a question you have to ask to my dear boss, Mr. Khan.
Yeah.
Tony Khan. I mean, if it's for me, I'll be like, Tony, I'm going to get a ticket to Japan. I'm going to go and defend the championship. Right? I mean, I would love to be like a worldwide champion like that and just defend it in different states and cities and countries all over the world. I love that. That's very old school.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure. And, let's kind of go back to the historic career of you and Britt. Like, it's just been amazing match after match after match, and we'll have a new rivalry come this Sunday. But you and Britt made history last year at your St. Patrick's Day Slam, which was phenomenal, by the way. A match from 2021, which was voted Match of the Year by PWI. Those awards are great. And a claim not many females have been awarded by just looking at the list. What does that accolade mean to you in this male-dominated sport?
I mean, for some people, it's just an award. Again, for me, it's a statement that it didn't matter that I was not from there, that I was not signed. Mm-hmm. What it matters is that I had that passion and I had that drive to show the world different. And that's what drives me all the time. When people tell me, you suck, you don't belong here, I don't know who you are. And then I went out there and we created magic. Like, I pour my heart and soul on this. People know how passionate and like how driven I am about life and about my work. You know, professional wrestling is a big thing for me because it's given me every single thing I have now. My biggest and wildest dreams. And knowing in there when I was that date, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it from the bottom of my heart. Right. And I know it can happen again.
Yeah.
And, we talked to, not too long ago, we talked to Jazz, and you talk about your passion, and she talked about what you're doing with Mission Pro Wrestling and everything, and how it's there. And, I gotta say, following along with Mission Pro, it's been phenomenal to watch what you have done with that group of athletes. And I mean, you don't see something like that, what you're doing with Mission Pro.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't, because it's like, again, sometimes it's when they have women's shows, it's very cookie cutter.
Mm-hmm.
And we always try to be a little edgy and give those who we know are very good an opportunity to showcase what they can do, right? And also we have a female perspective, because like I said, is mostly run by females. My promotions is mostly run by females. We have 2 or 3 males there that I make the decision making, but oftentimes it's like 4 or 5 of us girls, and we're always brainstorming. We're always trying to do different things, and also we're like really trying to empower the new generations of girls so they know that they have a choice.
Yeah.
And knowing that you have a choice and you can actually, make money and make a living out of professional wrestling, it is very important, because that's how you empower them, and by educating them. And we're very, I feel like we're running things more for like kind of like a community college. We're preparing them to go to a university,
Mm-hmm.
like with promos, with like pre-tapes, with entrances. It's like it's a lot that takes to have a promotion like this, and we're putting more and more and more emphasis on the production part, because that's what people see outside of the fans that come to the show, right?
Right.
And we're trying to get like sponsors, and we're trying to get all these things so we can grow as a business. And that's what happened with a lot of the other female promotions. Like, they were not able to continue to run because of the business model that they had, and now it's like we're in another era. We don't sell DVDs anymore.
Yeah.
It's all is digital, and all is all, like I said, production, and like what people see on social media, like the commercials and all that kind of stuff. It's so important. And also doing podcasts like this to promote that you have a show that, so people can care about the matches that are happening there. So for me, that's very important. And then, like, another important part of it is that we are working with YouTubers, with influencers that like professional wrestling. I've done it I had Mia Khalifa when I was running, Sabotage Wrestling, and I did something in YouTube, and we had a lot of views in our show.
Yeah.
Then I had Dave LaGreca, so it's like, it's so important. And now we're going to have Simon Miller coming to our show, so it's so important that we have those things and we create these connections, because it's just gonna like open up other doors for people to watch our product.
Right, for sure. And I like the fact that I followed along this on Twitter, because it was so fun to watch the back and forth with you and LaGreca, and then you just showing up at his house and staying there. And like, I loved every minute of it. And being a wrestling fan and being a fan of that show as well, like just watching it all unfold was great stuff. Just top-notch stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So as the key master, the gatekeeper, whatever, to the forbidden door, I'm sure you've been asked this a bunch, but now that you're the world champion, AEW and non-AEW stars alike, who are some opponents you want to defend your title against in an AEW ring?
No, it's not Amber. It's Athena.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people are waiting on that one.
That's
Athena. We had a 30-minute match in the independent scene to defend the Warrior Wrestling Championship when I was the champion there.
Oh yeah.
And we went at it. It was real fun.
Yeah. Oof.
I remember watching that match, and I was like, this right here, let's get this more of this. Give me a 60-minute Iron Woman match in this one. Give me this in a steel cage. Give me that, whatever. I need more of this into my soul, because it was that good. And I hopefully get that in the AEW arena very soon too. So
that was a lot of fun.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So we don't want to take up too much of your time. I know, being a champ, you're a very busy person. You got to do all these media things and talk to us low-level peasant people. So of course, AEW Double or Nothing is Sunday, May 29th. You can watch it starting at 7 p.m. Eastern with the buy-in. It's going to be live on pay-per-view. And if you're outside of the country, you can watch it on Fight. Where's the best place people could keep up with you online?
I don't know. Instagram, Twitter, my www.thunderrosaofficial.com. They can subscribe there. That's where I have all my exclusive stuff, where you guys get to see all my adventures, because I'm very adventurous. I'm always like, climbing heels, taking pictures, running, singing. I'm like I said, I'm full of life. I love life. I love the opportunities that comes with traveling. Yeah, like I said, I just ran 2 miles here at the Grand Canyon. I was dying because of the elevation. I was like, but because I gotta get ready, it's gotta be a big match. My lungs have to be ready for everything.
When
right?
when we quit rolling, I'll tell you my my Double or Nothing story. We'll wait till we're off camera for that.
Well, again, we don't want to take up too much of your time, and we're excited to have you on the show. It's an honor to have you here. And after Sunday, we don't have to worry about nobody saying "and new AEW Women's Champion" because it's going to be and still AEW Women's Champion Thunder Rosa. And it's an honor to have you on. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today.
And thank you so much for having me. You already know it's calm before the storm. I'm chill, but I'm really like all the violence is brewing. I can't wait for Sunday.
Boy, I'm glad I'm not Serena on that one.